Namaste, beautiful yogis. This class is designed to generate heat, raise metabolism, move the lymphatic fluid, and enhance circulation. Perfect for cold days or when you are short on time and you want to move through a standing sequence quickly. We're going to move through an active warm-up and a standing sequence, and then we're gonna finish with a slower in centering and calming standing sequence. There is no seated sequence in this class. Let's begin. We're gonna do step side to side 10 skater jumps, tapping the floor behind you, across and behind. Jumping jacks, 10. Twist feet together jumps. And back and forth jumps, 10. And side to side jumps. You can use your mat as a line. We're gonna scissor the legs 10 times. And again, back and forth. Again, you can use your mat as a line that you're jumping over. Ten more of the skater jumps. Plie jumps, 10. Lunge back, kick up, 10 on each side. Step as far back as you can so your left knee is over the left ankle, and changing sides, kicking up the left leg. Keep the tailbone slightly extended down in your lunge. Keep your belly firm. Great, and let's go into downward facing dog. Rolling the spine forward, a little bit of a wave-like motion here, coming into plank and back 10 times. Downward dog to plank with a bit of a rolling motion. Bring movement into the spine. Spread the fingers open. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And we're gonna do plank twist jumps here, feet together, side to side. Belly in. And next, star plank jumps. Jumping the feet out and in. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Pull the belly in and up towards the solar plexus. Lift your hips and tailbone high. Jump forward to chair. Hands over the heart. Let's take the left leg off the floor. One-legged chair. Keep your hips as far back as you can. reach back and see if you can grab your left foot with your right hand, touch the floor with the left hand, and back into one-legged chair. This is a balancing pose. One more time, grabbing the left foot with the right hand, touching the floor with the left hand, chair. One last time. And this time we're gonna grab the foot or the left knee with the right hand and twist. Look over your left arm behind you. Hands on the floor and take a few, up to 10 one-legged jumps. This is to prepare you for the jumps that we were doing in the coffee cup class and the other interval yoga, impact yoga classes. There was a lot of questions about how to modify two-legged handstand cardiovascular jumps. This is one of the options. Firm your shoulder blades into your upper back and project your hips over your shoulders and over to the other side. Right leg off the floor, pull the belly in, press the hips back, grab your foot with the same hand or the opposite hand. You can experiment and touch the floor, either same side hand or opposite hand, chair. Last one. And let's grab either the right knee or the right foot with the left hand and twist. Look over your right hand behind you, twisting. And letting go. You can bring your hands down on the floor and do a few hops, one-legged jump, handstand jumps, bringing the knee to the chest, firming the shoulder blades into the upper back, spread the fingers open. This is part of the warm-up, so breathe. And coming into downward facing dog, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift the right leg up and the left leg up. And let's jump from upward dog into white legged low squat chair. And back into plank, chaturanga plank. Upward facing dog, roll the shoulders back and down and extend the tailbone down, press the toes down, lift the kneecaps up. Widen the back and back into downward facing dog. Take the right leg up, step the right foot between your hands, drop the back heel down, come up, warrior one. Square the hips with the front wall. Internally rotating the left hip here, pressing to the outer edge of the left foot. Breathe. Let's bring the hands behind us, clasping, open the chest, lift through your heart. And from here, directly transition into warrior three. Level the hips with the floor and press the hands away from your back. Soften the front of the shoulders. Flex your foot. Step the foot back down. And you can twist over to your right, allowing your hands to guide you. And reach over your head. We're gonna do stationary jumps here, lunge jumps, without switching. 10 of those. Keeping the right knee over the right ankle. and using the back leg to power this jump. Extend the tailbone down and keep your body upright. Great, let's reach over the head. High lunge, back extension. Exhale the hands on the floor and step back in plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, keep your hips square. Step your left foot between your hands, drop the back heel down, come up warrior one. Squaring the hips forward. Working on that movement of squaring the hips more and more as you progress through your practice. And you will never be completely there, you will never be completely square, and that's the beauty of it. We're not meant to be completely square, we're meant to be fluid. And let's bring the hands behind us, clasping, open the chest, lift through the heart. Slowly begin to lower down, coming into warrior three with the clasp behind you, pressing the hands up away from your back. Flex your foot, level your hips. Bending the left leg, stepping back in high lunge, open the chest, lift. And here with your hands guiding you, twist, bring your hands over to your right and twist over to your left. Release the hands on the hips, and we're gonna do 10 hops here. If you don't wanna jump, you can always just lower the right knee down and straighten the leg up. Great, step into chair at the front of your mat. Hands over the head, belly in. Sit back, go a little deeper. Hands on the floor and prepare for crow, or prepare to just practice your crow. Jumping into chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, and this time roll the right hip open. Lift your right foot and step it back to wild thing. Straightening the left leg, bending the right one. Great, from here we're gonna transition into reverse plank with the leg lifts. Oh, those are difficult, so try to keep your hips lifted. Do your best working on the posterior chain. Fingers pointing back at you. If you need to take a break, come back to it. And we're gonna reverse the movement, coming into wild thing and flipping back into one-legged downward facing dog. Step the right foot between your hands, come up high lunge. Hands over the heart, twist. This is a great move to generate heat, improve digestion. You can deepen it by clasping the hands underneath your leg and behind your back. Alright, either stay here or the next is an advanced balancing pose. You're gonna come to the front of your mat, still clasping, right foot on the floor, begin to lift the leg off the floor. Here I lost it, that's fine, I'm just gonna come back to it. Come back to your breath, don't allow yourself to get frustrated, especially with balances. Enjoy them. And step it back to bound high lunge. Either stay in high lunge or you can come into a side crawl and a jump back into chaturanga, upward dog. Tuck the tailbone under always. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, big breath in. Roll the left hip on top of the right, bend the knee. Either stay here, feel free to stay here, or you can flip your leg behind you. Wild thing. Again, this is as far as you want to go maybe, then stay here. Or you can transition into reverse plank, fingertips pointed back at you. Make sure your body is lifted. You can be in tabletop here instead of reverse plank if you want to make it a little easier. Leg lifts. Those are particularly difficult, so do your best. And try not to let your hips sag here. Lift them. Once you're done, we're gonna reverse the movement. Wild thing. One-legged downward facing dog. Step the left foot between your hands. High lunge. Press the back heel away from you. Hands in prayer. Twist. Right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Stay here. Feel free to stay here. Or you can clasp the hands behind you. Try to peel your chest off of your thigh. Either stay here or step at the front of your mat and begin to lift the right leg up. We haven't practiced this pose in a while in my classes, so we gotta get back in balancing shape. Okay, stepping back, hands either in prayer or chaturanga alignment, side crawl. Jumping, chaturanga, upward facing dog. You can look over your left and over your right shoulder. Back to downward facing dog, stretching the top of the toes here, one at a time or both at the same time. Stretching the ankles as well. And back into downward facing dog. Look between your hands, jump into chair pose. And let's come up to standing. Step your feet a little wider than hip width apart. And you can lift your left arm all the way up and over your head, even open the chest up towards the ceiling and switch sides. Side bends, opening the rib cage up. So a little bit of a twist here. Hands on the lower back, fingertips pointed up or out to the sides if that feels better for you. Walk the elbows in and start moving back into a back bend. Keep your tailbone tucked under, keep pressing your hips forward. We're leading with the hips here. Feet pointed directly forward. Do not open your feet out in back bends. Great. Coming out of this, let's bring the left ankle over the right knee, flex your foot. Allow your left knee to release away from you. This is a hip opener. Feel free to stay here. and just work on this level of this pose, or you can straighten your leg, right leg, and come into a forward bend. Again, the left knee is working away from you, opening the hip. Stay here or go into the third level of this pose, flying pigeon. Level 4, bringing the right leg in front of you without touching the floor, and back, and step it back. And I'm coming out of this in tree pose. My legs are in tree pose alignment with a forward bend. You might want to look at this sequence once and then work on it. Coming up into tree pose. The foot is pressing into the inner thigh, and let's close the eyes here and see how this feels. Some days feels better than others. It really brings mindfulness and awareness into your practice. Great. Over to the opposite side, right ankle over the left knee. Flex your foot to protect your knee. Pull your toes in. Hands on the floor. Forward bend. Keep pressing that right knee away from you. Open the hip. Breathe into your hip. Stay here or bring your hands on the floor. Right shin bone onto the triceps, flying pigeon. See if you can bring your left leg into your right foot. Extend it and then back. And step it back. Tree pose alignment, right foot into the left inner thigh, pressing firmly. Forward bend. This is an advanced sequence, of course, so feel free to stay at any of the previous levels of this pose. Coming up into standing tree pose, extending the tailbone down, and see if you can close your eyes. Observing your balance here, and step it back down. Great. We're gonna prepare for the in vinyasa with the eyes closed. I'm gonna guide you with words, so try to keep your eyes closed. Inhale your hands over your head. Exhale, dive down into a forward bend. Inhale, hands on the floor, and come halfway up. Step into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Feel the pose with your eyes closed. Let go the external, chaturanga, back into downward facing dog. Feel the contact with the floor. Feel your belly pressing in towards the spine. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between your hands. Drop the back heel down and come up, warrior one. Hands over the head. Hands over the heart. Prayer. Open into warrior two. Externally rotating the left hip. Deepen the lunge on the right side. Straighten your body, relax your shoulders, soften the face muscles, relax the jaw, soften the lips. Eyes closed, windmill the hands all the way to the floor. Step back into plank, chaturanga. upward facing dog, back into chaturanga and exhale in downward facing dog. Big breath in, take the left leg up, still keeping the eyes closed if you can. Step the left foot between your hands and come up, warrior one. Allowing yourself to experience your practice from a different perspective with different senses. Hands over the heart, open in warrior two. Bend your left knee a little deeper, go a little deeper into this warrior. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Soften your hands and fingertips. Try to bring softness into your warrior. It's a powerful pose. Windmill the hands all the way to the floor and step back into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Open the chest. And you can bend the knees and sit back in child's pose. You can go back to the beginning of the vinyasa with the closed eyes and repeat this sequence one more time now that you know the sequence. Or you can rest in child's pose, allowing everything to sink in. And let's inhale the hands over the head. Come up into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between your hands and come up, warrior one. You can open your eyes. Warrior two. Straightening the right leg here, reach way ahead of you, triangle pose. Hinging at the hips, tuck your tailbone under and press your hips forward so that your body is in one plane. If you had a wall behind you, ideally you would work to touch both hips to the wall, both shoulders on the wall. Bend the right knee and bring the right hand on the floor, side angle. Either stay in side angle or go to bound side angle. Keep opening that left side. Bound triangle. Straightening the right knee here. Open the rib cage. Release the hands ahead of you. Come up to standing, use your core. Pivoting on the heels, turn towards the back of your room. Warrior one. Left knee leading. And let's open into warrior two. Aligning the knee with the toes here. Straightening the leading knee, reach way ahead of you, tuck the tailbone under, lengthen both sides of your torso. Triangle pose. Opening the right hip. Bend the left knee, side angle. Either stay in side angle or clasp behind. Peel the chest off of your thigh. And let's straighten the left leg here. Bound triangle pose. Open the chest, open the shoulder. Reach way ahead of you and come up to standing. And here we're gonna go into plie pose. Open the feet out to the sides, clasp the hands over your head and reach side to side. And now you can reach in front of you, side to side, drawing a big circle. Keep your legs very steady. Keep your knees back, pressing back. Hands over the thighs. Look over one shoulder and over the other. And back to center. Hands over the heart. Straighten the legs. Turn towards the front of your mat. Square your hips. Make sure your hips are square here, and you can bring your hands behind you. In prayer, look up, open the chest, and begin to lower down. Intense side stretch. Keeping the hips square, press into the outer edge of your left foot, inner edge of your right foot. Straighten the back, bend the right knee, come up. Back extension. And let's step the feet at the front of the mat. Take your right foot back. Prepare for intense side stretch on the opposite side. Open the chest, look up. Slowly begin to lower your chest down. Again, we're balancing, we're being mindful, and at the same time we are stretching. Grow to love your standing sequence. It can give you on so many levels. Slowly, straight back, come up. Open the chest. Step your feet at the front of the mat. Keep opening the chest. In reverse prayer. And let's bring the hands over the third eye. Sealing the benefits of the practice today. Being grateful for the opportunity to practice today. Hands over the heart. Let's thank our hearts for their forgiveness, generosity, and love. Namaste.